Thailand has a gun problem. It was in evidence nearly 2 months back when an ex-policeman killed 24 children at a childcare center in a gun and knife attack. That attack in northeast Thailand shook the country into facing uncomfortable truths about its gun culture. Thailand has one of the highest rates of gun ownership in Southeast Asia, and after the Philippines, has the second highest number of gun deaths. The government has promised to enforce gun control laws more strictly, including requiring a psychiatric evaluation before a license is issued. But these measures come too late for some.
If Jutamal Butayapong had known that her father would have a short life, she would have taken a lot more pictures of him.
My father rarely had his picture taken. He didn't like it.
Butayapong's father saw a fight 10 years ago and wanted to help break it, but it didn't go as planned.
The fight got out of hand, and my father was shot in the face.
His story is an exemplar of Thailand's gun culture, where gun violence kills 2,400 people every year. Every sixth person here has a gun, as shops are easy to find. In fact, many of them are owned by government officials. Experts say the number of gun owners is only rising.
After 2014, we see the higher number of gun registration and a higher number of murder. Thailand have a very big market and a growing gun market.
Although mass shootings in Thailand are rare, individuals and families have been paying the price of gun violence. Butayapong is frustrated that hasn't been enough to reform gun laws.
It makes me angry, but I can't do anything about it.
And joining me now for more context is Dr. Boonwara Sumano. She's a Senior Research Fellow and Head of Social Development Policy at the Thailand Development Research Institute in Bangkok. Dr. Sumano, the government has announced it will enforce gun laws more strictly, including psychiatric evaluations before gun licenses are issued. Will these measures help curb gun violence?
It will, in my opinion, it will definitely help. But at the moment, there has been no measure to screen mental health of the applicants for guns in Thailand yet. It has been a suggestion that came after the incident at the mass shooting at the childcare center last month, but legally and officially there hasn't been any improvement on the rules and regulations, unfortunately.
But Thailand already has these rules and regulations. It does have gun laws. Is it a matter of implementation? Is the government serious or not serious?
There has been a lot of attempts to improve the law to make it become more strict, but at the same time, when it comes to implementation, as you said, all the details about the process of gun issuance, there hasn't been any revise to make it more enforceable. A lot of implementation right now when it comes to gun permit issuance are still relies on discretion of officers whether or not to grant the permit. Yes, there has been. Please.
Yeah, do you think that the time is now? Is it a watershed moment after the massacre of children in Nong Bua Lamphu province that you were referring to? Is this the moment that Thailand can actually grasp this moment and actually bring about a change?
I hope it is the moment, but unfortunately, I would like to point out to the previous gun, the mass shooting in Thailand, which happened 2 years ago. in a shopping mall by a military officer. And at the time, I think there were around 30 to 40 deaths. And it happened in a shopping mall, as I said, and in a very big city, also in the Northeast region. But obviously, there hasn't been any change since that mass shooting at the mall by the military officer. And that's precisely why the shooting at the childcare center happened last month, because there hasn't been any improve to curb the gun control in Thailand.
Why are guns so popular in Thailand?
That's a very interesting question. I think the popularity for guns reflects two things. One is the trust in police officer. If you trust that police officer in Thailand can take care of you, can give you safety, there's no need for you to own a gun to protect yourself, right? So it might be the question about whether or not the people trust the police force. And the second thing is probably related to the cultural beliefs or settings. If you come to Thailand on Children's Day, you will see many people would take their children to army base to try take pictures holding guns and take pictures with the tanks, and all of this might is right kind of concept and values has been, widely accepted in Thailand and has never been really discussed about whether or not it's suitable for the context right now.